What is going on, everyone? Beau Million coming back with another fragrance review. If you have not already done so, I would love for you to click the subscription button, click the notification bell, press the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the video. So I was going through my normal routine. I was going down aurafragrance.com. I was saying, what on earth do they even have, right? And I was checking out the deals, what's popular, best selling, and as I was going through the list of things that were in stock as well as best selling, I came across Yves Saint Laurent's La Nuit De L'homme EDP version. My autofocus is stupid, so we're just going to go ahead and trust me on this one, right? Now here's the thing. I've never gotten my nose on the EDP. I've never even gotten my nose on the original formulation, the EDT, that has so many people raving. Everyone loves the EDT, and everyone's asking Yves Saint Laurent, just make a stronger EDT. And that's when we'll be fine for that for an EDP, right? Well, here's the thing. They may not have done that from my understanding and my research, but I want to see, is this even a good fragrance? What is the first impression? If I were to wear this fragrance walking down the street, what are people going to think about it when they smell it? And so here, my first impression and my unboxing. So of course, I went on the website, picked it up, $85 for 3.3 fluid ounces for the Yves Saint Laurent's EDP. I've never smelled it, so I don't know how it is. But as far as packaging goes, it's pretty standard Yves Saint Laurent. It looks good. It's not the best, but it looks good. Kind of like everyone else is sort of doing with their boxes, more minimalistic here. But we care about the juice on the inside, right? But we open the box, and we pull out, ooh, hey, look at that. And we pull out the bottle. It's almost red. I don't know, is that red? That looks reddish to me. It's real nice, very classy looking. I like the look that they went for the La Nuit De L'homme collection lineup. It's very classy looking. It's a big cap. It's almost the size of the bottle. It's pretty wild here, but good cap. Let's see. It's a nice clip-on cap. Clip-on cap. I prefer the clip-ons more because they seem to be more durable. The magnetic ones are great, but I feel like they degrade quickly. As nice as it is to feel that magnetic pull, unfortunately, they don't seem to last as long for the magnet. Of course, it all depends on who you go through, right? But nice clip-on cap here. 3.3 fluid ounces. EDP formulation, nice look, nice bottle, easy to store. For those of you who care, let's see, I'm going to try to say this into the microphone. This is 38X41MB. I really don't care about that stuff, but for those of you who care, my autofocus is stupid. For those of you who care, right, whatever. But here's the deal. We all care about what's the juice like on the inside. Now, once again, I have never smelt the original EDT version, and so this is going to be my introduction to the La Nuit De L'homme lineup. And so the question is it even good, right? What are the first impressions going to be? Oh, yeah. So it's definitely sweet. It's heavier. It's a bit aromatic. Of course, that's me smelling it in the air. It's not the same as putting on skin. I like it. So far, great, right? Going to do 2 sprays on the hand here. But I'm going to go ahead and quickly go into the notes on Fragrantica. Initially, there's a very obnoxious alcohol smell, but that's typical, right? So here's what Fragrantica says about La Nuit De L'homme, right? I'm looking into my phone here. I'm trying to talk into a microphone I have set down. Hopefully it's picking it up right. If not, then this is a waste of a video. La Nuit De L'homme Eau de Parfum by Yves Saint Laurent is an amber, woody fragrance for men. Great. La Nuit De L'homme Eau de Parfum was launched in 2019. Wonderful. Top notes are cardamom and grapefruit. Middle notes are leather, lavender, and clary sage. Base notes are tonka bean, sandalwood, patchouli, and vetiver. So hearing this cardamom and grapefruit, so it should be a fairly bright opening, which I kind of smelt the brightness just spraying it in the air. That made sense to me. Middle notes are leather, lavender, and clary sage. So the clary sage, they're kind of still going in the form or in the vein of the Y collection, Yves Saint Laurent's Y. They love that clary sage. So a little bit of a florally, leathery, rough type of middle. And then the base notes are tonka bean, sandalwood, patchouli. So smoother, maybe a little greener, and then there might be a little bit of a powdery smell to it, right? So smelling it just now, my initial reaction smelling it after I've sprayed it on the hand for a couple minutes, yeah, I kind of noticed the cardamom and grapefruit sort of cardamom. Definitely, it has a nice. It's not smooth. It's a very very strange scent. It's almost green. There's like this greenness. I feel like the leather is already coming through a bit. But yeah, I definitely notice a bit of the lavender and the leather and clear sage. Maybe not so much. But there's this greenness to the smell. But it's not like a green fragrance, right? There's a greenness to it, but it's definitely more on the smooth and heavier side. I'd be interested to see when it dries down. I definitely noticed sandalwood. Definitely noticed some patchouli as well. Um, here's my thoughts of it. So smelling it, it's one of those fragrances. It's not very strong. I feel like if I were to wear this fragrance, it's not a very strong fragrance. This is one of those fragrances that you wear if you want to be, I don't know, if I go into a room, I don't want to be announced. I think I've heard someone say, I don't want to be announced. I want to be discovered. And so wearing this is more of a discovered type fragrance. I do like it. It is a nice, pleasant fragrance, but there is something off about it. There's just something off about the fragrance. I feel like this is a fragrance, one, that I would go nose blind too quick. But there's just something off about it. It's not like bad off. It's just like as I smell, it's like it's just strange. Maybe it's the tonka bean. Maybe that's kind of not doing it for me. I don't know. There's just something off about it. Now, do I hate the fragrance? No. I would be very, very interested in smelling the original formulation, the EDT version, but it's not bad. It's just when I smell it, I think, if I smelled someone wearing it, I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way and say, "What are you wearing? I've got to have that." I wouldn't do that. I would definitely say, "Hey, that smells good. What are you wearing?" There's almost like this. Okay, I'm gonna jump off a cliff here. Okay, it almost has a kind of crayon smell to it. I don't know if that's the tonka bean. I don't know what exactly that is, but it almost feels like I'm smelling a box of crayons, right? But a good box of crayons. It's not like the cheap Crayola crayons that you smelled in kindergarten that had a little fake sharpener at the bottom and the back of it. It smells like whatever that is. It smells like that mixed into the fragrance. It's very hard to describe. It's not powerful. It's not potent. Would I wear this? For sure, I would wear it. Would I make this a go-to on a daily wear? Definitely not. I have other fragrances that far surpass this fragrance. And I keep on hearing about how great the EDT is and how much people love the Blue Electrique. Now I gotta try those because I'm thinking this is good, but like I'm not gonna replace my other fragrances in the lineup. Now I will say this fragrance does hold a place in my lineup because so many of my sweet fragrances, oh my gosh, I'm getting sick of it. They're all like vanilla and tobacco, right? This one right here doesn't fall in line with the vanilla and tobacco. This is much, much different, and I happen to really appreciate the fact that it is unique in that aspect. But this is one of those things where it's like, we're trying hard. This is one of the things where we're trying hard. We're seeing what we can do. What can we come up with? And I gotta be honest, I keep on smelling my hand. It's good. It's interesting. It's definitely unique in my opinion. I just sometimes you hit a triple, you know. In baseball, there's those times you hit a triple. And this one's like I hit a double and I stole third base, right? I had to steal third base. It's good. I could definitely see a lot of people liking this. I feel like I would like this fragrance better in the air than I do actually like on my skin. Just for a shot in the dark, I'm going to actually spray it on my shirt to see how it smells on my shirt. And that stained my shirt a little bit. So there's definitely a color to this fragrance here. You know, I want to see how does it smell. I like it better on clothes than my skin. Maybe this is just one of those fragrances that doesn't do well on my skin. But I feel like when I spray it on my clothes, it's getting a little bit more of a brightness. I noticed the grapefruit a little bit more. It definitely smells more like a designer fragrance. It smells more familiar at that point. But on my skin, maybe I'm just a weird guy. I don't know. This is a fragrance I'd spray on my clothes if I'm wearing darker colors because, yeah, there's definitely a tint to this. But it's so funny. Now that I'm smelling it on clothes, it resembles more of the Y formula. Interesting. That might be the Cleary Sage now coming through. There's now some resemblance here. Now I can see some synergy between the two. That is so interesting. See, this is why I love the world of fragrances, right? Everything is so unique and so many different variables change things. Okay, so as a first impression, and I'm going to close out the video, this fragrance is not a showstopper fragrance. This fragrance is good in the aspect of it's fairly unique, it gets the job done, and people will, I don't know if they're going to compliment you, but it smells good, right? It just, in my opinion, from my skin, totally. Okay, yeah. In my opinion, in my skin, I'm going to spray on my clothes more if I'm wearing darker color clothes. Or if I'm spraying it on like a white shirt, I'm going to spray it from a distance because I definitely want to be careful. Oh, it's so much better on clothes. My gosh, my skin must be horrible. I don't know. Maybe whatever. We're going to move on, right? So there's my thoughts. 1 out of 10, I'm giving it like a 7, right? Like a 7, maybe a 7.5. On clothes instead of on skin, I'm 7.758, right? I still prefer the Y formulation better, the EDP. I still like that better. Nonetheless, it's a good fragrance, and you won't regret buying it. I'm not going to find myself going to it all the time. That being said, let me know if you've ever used this fragrance, if you own this fragrance, if you've smelt this fragrance, if you got this fragrance. Let me know your thoughts of it in the comment section below. But once again, Beau Million signing out. If you have not already done so, I hope you click that subscription button, click the notification bell, press the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Atomizer's okay.